Hi, I'm John Hayes. I'm a partner at the firm of Resnick Hayes Maradi. I'm a certified bankruptcy specialist in Southern California. And today I want to answer the question of, is my retirement safe if I file Chapter 7 bankruptcy? And the answer is fairly simple. I mean, almost certainly it is. In fact, I'm always a little distressed when people come to the office and they're dejected. They tell me that they've been using their IRA or 401k for the last couple of years to pay credit cards and pay other debts. Hoping that they wouldn't have to file bankruptcy, and they've run out of money now. The retirement's gone and nothing's been fixed, so they're stuck with filing Chapter 7 anyway, and I always feel terrible for them. So the rule is pretty simple. In Chapter 7, IRAs are exempt up to $1.3 million. It's always, I feel a little funny saying that, because it just doesn't seem right. I mean, you can file Chapter 7 with $1 million in your IRA account. The trustee cannot touch it. There's a couple of exceptions to that. I mean, there's always a couple of exceptions, but they're pretty weird, and they hardly ever come up, and I'll mention that in a minute. But having that much in your IRA also doesn't prevent you from filing. I mean, if you have, credit card debt that you can't pay, you're not required. Congress has said you're not required to use your IRA funds to pay that unsecured debt. If you have money in a 401k, again, that's exempt. I mean, there's almost no exceptions to that. If you are in a retirement fund, say at your job, you have retirement coming, maybe you're already getting it, maybe you don't get it until you retire, that's safe. The trustee cannot take it. So the exceptions to the IRA is possibly when the IRA is inherited, there might be an issue. So dad died, you got the IRA funds, they're still in an IRA account. There's some suggestion that maybe that isn't exempt. Also, the IRA, you have to have followed all the IRA rules. It has to be in a real IRA account. It has to be something that the IRS would accept as being non-taxable. The amount that you put in there is non-taxable until you start taking it out. That's what an IRA is. If you didn't do that right, or you put in funds into the IRA that the IRS wouldn't recognize as being proper additions to the IRA account, then it's non-exempt. But they, in Chapter 7, a trustee is appointed, and his job is to sell your assets. Literally 97% of all cases, there's no assets for the trustee to sell. We call those no asset cases. Most cases are no asset cases. All right, why are they no asset cases? And that's because the property that you own is exempt. Congress in Washington, D.C. has decided some things are exempt, like IRAs. The state of California, where I live and work, has a whole bunch of exemptions. All your household furniture is exempt unless it has some sort of unusual value. Also, a trustee can't sell something that has no equity. So your car, if your car is worth $50,000 and you owe $60,000 on it, the trustee can't sell it. You'd have to give all the money to Ford Motor Credit or whoever you hold. So the property, most people's property is exempt. Let me just leave it at that. Absolutely, your retirement is exempt, unless one of these weird little exceptions applies. So don't be afraid of filing bankruptcy. Whatever you do, don't take money out of an IRA and send it to Visa. They don't need it, believe me. Give us a call myself, call Matt Resnick, or our partner, Roxana Maradi. We're all bankruptcy specialists. Between the three of us, we've done this for 70 years. We have 70 years experience. Our firm website is at rhmfirm.com. So it's Resnick, Hayes, Maradi, M as in Mary, firm.com. Our phone number is 818-285-0100. Whatever you do, don't try to file bankruptcy by yourself. You have to make sure you're not in that 3% where you might have something that a trustee can take. All right, so thanks for listening, and we look forward to talking to you if you have any questions. Thanks.